Alert reactor. Roll off.
What's up, Reactorites? I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And the Game Awards is happening, and there's a speech that Geoff Keighley did for Hideo Kojima. And if you don't know, he's the creator of Metal Gear Solid. And there's a thing that happened last year where Kojima was supposed to receive an award for Metal Gear Solid 5, but that never happened because the powers that be, a video game company I shall not name, prevented this man from getting what he deserves.
How dare they?
Yeah, and so here, this is kind of like a revival, a return. Like, here, you deserve this. So we're gonna check out the speech right now.
The Game Awards is a massive undertaking, and this year it was particularly challenging to pull everyone together to make tonight happen. But whenever I was in doubt, what kept me going was a belief that we had to be back on the same stage as last year to give one man a moment he was robbed of.
Yeah.
Of course, I am talking about Hideo Kojima, the creator of Metal Gear Solid.
That's right.
And tonight's industry icon.
Kojima.
It's gonna get loud, Hideo. He is here, and we're so happy. So I couldn't start the show without getting this over. We often talk about great games on our stage, but for a minute, I want to talk about a great man behind those games. Last year, Hideo Kojima's world was turned upside down when he left Konami after the completion of Metal Gear Solid 5. We all have tough times to go through, but the true test of one's character comes in how we react to those moments we don't control, when judgments are made or when decisions are rendered upon us by others that we sometimes can't comprehend. I think what happened to Hideo Kojima last year was a tragedy, but he never complained. He just sat in an isolated room for months, looked inside himself, and focused on his art. He hoped that his love of entertaining us would carry him through the darkest days of his career, and we thank him for all that he went through. Well, you know, when I've questioned things in my own life over the past few years, I've drawn strength from seeing firsthand how Hideo dealt with this inflection point of his life. He is one of the most principled, loyal, and ethical men I have ever met.
You slipped us off?
And I'm just so honored to call you a friend above everything else, Hideo. Now, this trophy right here, I gotta tell you about this, because for most of the past year, I've tried very unsuccessfully to give Hideo the award he rightfully won last year for Metal Gear Solid 5. Keep talking to him and his producer Ken, and it's like I can't get this to him. I first offered to ship it to him, but I couldn't get the address of his new studio. Then I said I'd drive this myself out to Las Vegas to personally hand to him when I saw him in February, and he politely declined that. And I soon found out why. He is such a principled person that eventually word came back to me that Hideo just said, "Geoff, I can't have that blood on my hands." He had to move on. And today, Hideo is rebuilding his life and his studio with our support. And like Snake said in MGS, Hideo knows that a strong man doesn't need to read his future, he makes his own. Hideo, tonight it is finally time to give you one of these. You're one of the most deserving men to have one. You've always been there for me, and you have never disappointed me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our industry icon,
Wow.
Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Just look at his face.
Last year, I thought I lost everything, but I didn't. I didn't lose anything. Thanks to all of you. I thank you all for your support. I love you, Jeff. And Game Awards. I love games. I love this world. I really love you all from my heart. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.
His English has gotten better ever since he.
Oh god, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it, yeah. That was the. That was the speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very moving from Geoff Keighley. So I applaud Geoff Keighley just for just doing this and just giving Hideo Kojima like a spotlight and just giving him that icon award. Wow.
I don't think people realize like how huge this is for Hideo. Like, he's one of the pioneers. Like, I think people forget he started with like what is the NES. And
Oh, even before that, was it the MSX system for the Metal Gear franchise?
he's been doing this for years, and then to finally be like goodbye Konami, that's like what's his name from Nintendo? Like Miyamoto just kind of like all of a sudden just said, you know what, you guys don't want to do the Mario I want to do, I'm out of here.
Forming my own company.
and then Nintendo no longer allows Miyamoto at any of the awards shows or something.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't sit right with you, especially if you're a longtime Metal Gear fan. You wanted to see him get that award. And
Yeah.
It's been cool just to see, like, if you guys follow him on Twitter, he's been going to all these like companies, just kind of like checking out what they're doing, and it's pretty rare. You don't see that a lot, I don't think, from a lot of video game companies, like just allowing somebody to come in,
just absorbing and just seeing what other cultures like and being accepting of it. Like, hey, this is cool what you guys do. I'll use this as inspiration. I'll borrow this element. And I think he wants a different atmosphere for Kojima Productions compared to whatever atmosphere they have at Konami.
Yeah.
Probably they rule with an iron fist and whip and all that. But what Geoff Keighley said about Kojima and how Kojima didn't want to accept the award because it's kind of like a blood on his hands. He just wants to move on, and that's really big of Kojima. And that's a great lesson. So I think even like everyone else should be just able to move on and just focus on the future of his gaming and whatever he has for us.
He's like such a completely different type of like game developer. Like when you look at like a lot of the Japanese, developers out there, like they usually have like a certain mold that they kind of stick to. Like you look at Miyamoto and you look at Nintendo. Look at Nintendo. Like how much has really changed from game to game. Not much, but they try to do small little incremental changes. But Hideo's willing to like, all right, we're gonna do something completely different. Let's put a character that nobody knows at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
You got right in. Like, hey, you know what? I want to do Castlevania. I want to do Silent Hill. I'm willing to try something different.
Yeah, he likes to just think outside the box, or even if he's in a box, he likes to just try to climb outside of it. Like, I don't want to be stuck. But yeah, that's what makes him very, very different from other game designers out there. And yeah, I love you too, Kojima. So let us know what you thought of the speech from Geoff Keighley to Hideo Kojima on the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to us. And with that said, I'm John.
I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next time.